Hi all, welcome back to the Walrus Plays Peglin during the week of Peglin. Let's see, what can I choose? I'm going to take the spinification. I'm going to try and hope that we can achieve a poison-based nastiness run on our enemies here. So let's have a very quick look at the map ahead of us. So we want to head to the left, and then roughly to the right center, and then to the right again. So looks like we've got a big horde of nastiness ahead of ourselves, and that spider there is going to have to die. So it's going to go down by 10 health. So really what I want is things that will hit all enemies, because that will really make the spinification start stacking up good. Now, of course, there are quite a few items that really do meld well with spinification, one of which even increases the spinification rather than reducing it each turn, and that is very dangerous. I would love to get that item. Okay, so that's a dead spider. Not enough for me to upgrade anything. That's fine though. So we can go either left or right. Doesn't really matter. Let's see if I can get some more coins. Let's see. Okay, well, we got 6 more. We did take a little bit of damage for it, but swings and roundabouts. We need to go left and then left again, though. Right. Here comes the next fight. We've got our lovely refresh. Gonna ping another refresh and swing on down and hopefully hit that crit. Just. Very close. Okay, so again, we're going to hit that crit. And we're going to slide back and forth. And that's going to kill that slime off beautifully. Lovely stuff. Pow. Die. Let's try that again. And again, we didn't quite get enough what we needed. We need to have at least to leave them only with 10, but that's fine. The spinification still, it's finishing off enemies. That's really quite its big benefit here. Is until I can start really stacking the poison damage, it's going to be it'll help finish things off. But it is extra damage, and that might save me. That's really all I can say here, is it might save me. Can't guarantee it, but there's a few items that I would really like to get a hold of in this run. One of them being the shield, because that will mean that I'll take no damage when it comes to the reloading. And especially important considering the amount of times that I died based upon reloading. Because the enemies get their 1,000,000 free attacks because I'm reloaded, and it's really annoying and very unfair, and they all need to die, and it's not very nice. Die. Like that. So let's see. Anything that we could or should upgrade? I mean, none of them really tickle my fancy right now. I mean, the best 4 warp is pretty good. So let's use that. And you know what? We could upgrade it straight away. Off we go. So we need to head to the left. So down we go. And we're going to fight the next wave of enemies. Now, the best 4 does have the advantage of being able to kick anything in the face. So I can selectively choose, for example, I'd like that to die. Right. So let's see what happens when we spin right round, baby, right round. Pow. So that has done some damage. It's pretty good. So we really want to head down into that little crevasse down there so we can hit those bombs. But of course it ricocheted flying straight out, being butt face. Fine. Let's try that again, please. Except actually hit the bombs. Right. There we go, we've got 1 bomb detonating, so that's a start. Can we hit the crit? Yes, we can. So it's going to kill the tree in front of us, so that's good. And it detonated the annoying bats, and that's really the big thing I was aiming for there. So we're going to aim for this spider. So let's see if I can slide this off with the best foot 4 warp. So 60-something damage. It's going to get 10 points of poison, so it's not going to kill it off, but it is, you know, it's at least working, I guess. Hit the refresher, might as well, and let's see if we can do anything further. Pow. Ow, ow. A little bit of damage there. Interesting, they don't decrease that spinification effect. Curious. I wonder if that's just because it is it's dead, technically, and it's just a wall in the way. But we're going to flatten that back, because that one will actually do actual damage, and it'll be very annoying when it turns up. Can you not, please? That's really annoying. Stupid spiders. Right, so now that best foot 4 warp has really made that one quite dangerous. And again, because it can kick anything, that's why I used it there. So let's upgrade normal. Let's make it even better and head on down to the left again, because we want that treasure. Shiny, shiny. What are we getting? Something good, please. That'd be nice. Activated bonuses increasing. I mean, everything increasing the crit damage is pretty good. I'm not going to try and fight that boss because I don't think I can. Well, I could try and kill it, but I don't want to run that risk. Thank you kindly. Best foot forward, but let's give him a kick in. Right, so we've got one peg that is going to give us plus 30 on the old damage front. So we're going to hit that one because, yeah, of course we are. Now, we've opened up the bomb eyes of the slime. So we're going to open that up and didn't do what I needed it to do. Now we're going to take a bucket of damage. Let's discard the horrible, terrible even. There we go. So the bombs are going to go off and that'll kill off the bats. That was the main issue that I was kind of wanting to deal with. So we're going to hit the... that wasn't very clever, was it now? Oh dear, oh dear. Well, we hit the refresh. And then hopefully we can trigger another bomb. There we go. So that's going to finish off most... Well, the one in front of me. It's going to allow me to kill this one off. Excellent. So we've got some more spintle points for that. And ow. Ow. That was most uncomfortable. Death. Death to you. And death to everyone you know and hold dear. You horrible slimes. Stab. And we've got one slime left, and it's going to die regardless because the poison damage will finish it off. But it would then get to attack because it does come after they attack. So, this is a good one though, because this will give me Bollusion, and Bollusion will protect me as it will keep me safe from being hit. Hopefully. Because as Bollusion stacks, I can take less damage. So fingers crossed that works. So, ooh, what do we got? Oh, that is very saucy. Let's take that thing. Lovely. So we've got the Voyage itself. We actually want to head to the right by the looks of things. We need to get some heals in, though. Otherwise, we are going to... Yeah, that's exactly where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to the right. But no, no, no. We can't go to the right, can we? Let us tend to the leaves, because as much as I want the max HP, I can't afford it right now. No, 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 no. No! Ugh! I wanted to go there, but no game. You decided that I'm not allowed. But I will take that, though. I'm now immune to damage when I reload. Fine. Fine. I mean, it obviously heard me say that I wanted that shield. I'll live with it. Let's check behind the waterfall. We've got nothing behind the waterfall, but we got a strong monster to fight. Oh, no. Oh, no. A strong monster I really don't want to fight. Ah, I don't like this thing. It's so big and scary. It's gonna kick my ass if I'm not careful. Because I do not like the Minotaur, because it hurts quite a lot. So, let's hope that we can stack some Bollusion. Well, we've got 9 Bollusion. It's a silly amount of HP that we can protect ourselves with there. Come on, hit the crit, hit the crit. Come on, I need more damage. I need loads more damage because that thing's going to muller me. If it gets too close, it's gonna kick my butt. Oh no, oh no. Ah. Yeah, I'm going to take a silly amount of damage from this thing. At least it can't hit me while I'm reloading. Ow. So I've got one thing going for me. It can't hit me while I'm reloading. Boot. Well, it missed. Okay, let's try launching this way. Okay, so we're doing a nice 100 and something damage there. It's not enough to kill it, though. It's going to slap me, though. I've got 1 HP. I am in all of the trouble right now. This is exactly what I needed. Great. Well, it's dead. It's dead. It's dead, but that hurt so very much there. So let's try upgrading an orb. Let's try and increase our illusion. Ah, ha 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 ha. This is perfect. This could save me. Because now I will gain maximum HP when I kill things. However, I am not healthy. I have 14 out of 85 health. So, I need to kill as many enemies as physically possible right now. Because then I might There we go. So it does heal me when it does it, for that 1 extra health that I've gathered. But it's going to be a tough uphill battle here. This item is the one that got me to Crucible 18 in the first place. So it could be the one that gets me further. I'm really hoping it does, so I need to keep my health up, and I need to keep doing damage. So let's see what we can achieve here. So we've hit the refresh, that's good. We're going to kick it to death. Dunk. And we're going to launch the Illu Circle and try and get myself some Ballusion. So we get 7. For every 7 hits, we get some in general. So the enemy can't hit me when I'm reloading, but they can still move. So they could come up and punch me repeatedly in a moment. Like that. So I don't know how well this is going to go. Okay, so we're going to fight, but this item here, the Grinding Monstera, has saved my backside on a couple of occasions. This is the item that got me to Crucible 18. Purely based around the fact that it gives me extra HP and it does heal you when it, you boost your HP. You get that 1 health up. It's not much, but there are a couple of item combinations you can get with it where it makes it absolutely broken. Salt, for example, which gives you plus 1 HP every time you gain HP. So imagine that you then end up with even more HP every time. Okay, so we're going to kick that one to death. That's good. So let's trigger this and do some damage. Lovely. Bang. But it could save me because it also means that the end of round healing that we get, which is offered, and we'll definitely be taking, increases somewhat. So let's see if we can ricochet that off there. Hit the refresh. There we go. So we're just going to stack as much Ballusion as possible. Only 17. That could have definitely gone better. So they're going to miss with a multitude of plethora of attacks. And let's try and finish them off as quickly as possible and get those heals a-going. There we go. So that's now up to 88 health. We're feeling a lot more healthy, I think is the nicest way of putting it. Now, okay, we haven't quite... Okay, so we've just got enough to kill it, which is good. Lovely. Now, let's try and get some more upgrades for our... Okay, so we dodged it. We dodged it. That's the important thing here. So let's hit the crit. Let's hit the refresh. Let's see what we can do. I don't know if we're going to get it. Yes! Perfect. So we didn't take anywhere near as much damage as I was expecting. The Doctorb. Now, that one's going to be really useful. I'm going to grab that. Now, it's already upgraded by 1. But, of course, I took damage when it upgraded because of the anvil. However, the upgrade of the Doctorb means that I will potentially see if the Doctorb can save my backside. Now, it's coming up quite soon. So what I'm going to try and do is if I can get the refresh to trigger, I want to hit that 30. Because that will flat at least give me 30 HP. That is very important. Because that's a good amount of HP to get. And yeah, the crit would be fantastic. If I can hit the crit as well when it's flying around. Oh my goodness gracious me, that knife is going on a rampage. Bang. That was beautiful. Look at that. Now, I'm going to discard this. I'm going to see if I can get that 30 that's floating around. So this is going to be a tricky one because I'm not seeing it coming close to the top right now. So let's see. Can I hit it? Can I hit it? Yes, yes I did. Oh my goodness gracious me. We are back to full health. Look at that. That is beautiful. Spectacular shot. Didn't expect it to happen like that, and I'm really glad that it did exactly what I wanted it to. So let's see if I can hit that rock there. Nope, that was a very poor shot on my part. Let's try that again. So I'm going to discard that one. I'm going to throw the... I was really hoping to start stacking some evasion there, but at least we can avoid the damage from the bat there. So we need to do more damage there, so it's going to take a little bit more. Okay, 4... No, we still didn't get enough to do any evasion. Really needs it to die now, please. Oh, come on. There, it's dead. Fine, go away. I'm going to upgrade an orb, and I'm going to upgrade the Doctorb to make it heal me even more. So we're going to drop down to the right to grab what's in this chest, and the chest has got, drumroll please, interesting. So the Aventurine might allow me to potentially stack even more healing by targeting orbs that have been hit. So it might work out nicely. And now I do need to discard the Doctor Orb because I don't want to trigger it immediately, because that won't end well for me right now. I need to do as much damage to Betsy the Leshy as possible. Unfortunately, that's not gone particularly well off of that initial launch there. So let's see what we can trigger here. Yep, so that is the... Unfortunately, I think that's going to leave that part with 1 HP, meaning all that damage was wasted. Well, let's try again. Let's see if we can get some evasion. So Ball Illusion is really where it's at right now. I need as much of it as possible, and I will happily take an extra 39 evasion. Ping, have some damage. So let's ping that shot off of there. So that's not a silly amount of extra, but it's currently plus 20. That could save my posterior. Again, because I'm aiming to try and create a couple that are very high bonus damage. So that means I can try and aim my shots for them to make sure my overall damage is better. Okay, the best foot 4 warp. We're going to try and target Leshy again. And are you going to let me fire? Very frustrating. That didn't quite do what I needed it to. But we've got a couple of orbs that are quite high on the damage front, which is good. Let's see if we can trigger the bomb. Ow. Smack. I just need something to really start stacking that poison damage, though. That's really what I want, and that would be really good if I could get that. Okay, so we've got a couple trapped there. Annoying, but the refresh is down here as well. That's very frustrating. So let's not use the Terror Ball, and let's see if we can release the orbs. Nope. Not quite what I needed it to do there, unfortunately. So we're going to hit the best foot 4 warp again there. And again, we need to hit these darn vines because they are getting in the way. And unfortunately, they are likely to do damage to me. But if we break them, we do a small amount of damage to Leshy, which is Betsy the Leshy, whatever it is. It's the Leshy. Ah, that wasn't good. Okay. So we're going to try and break these two here, and that's going to launch a little bit. Not very helpful, however. I really need to hit that refresh before the Doctor Orb turns up, because I do want to heal. Let's see if I can actually manage it. Oh, no, not now. That's not going to end well, is it? Oh, I'm going to have to discard the healing orb again, I think. And I'm going to have to need to use that on our next run through, next reload even. Okay, so it's coming up quite early on, so that's good at least. So let's trigger that release, and oh, come on, that was terrible. Okay, can I trigger some more releases? Well, no, that wasn't great, was it? Okay, well, we're hitting it again. We're doing some small amount of damage. Here we go. So let's hit that release. We hit the crit. So we've done loads of damage there. Now is the perfect time to use the Doctor Orb. So let's hit the crit and let's hit some heals. So we're going to get a load of health back, and that's the important thing right now. Lovely. I feel a lot more healthy now. Of course, I'm going to use the Horrible as much as I don't really want to, but it is going to do enough damage to kill off the little minion type thing that's sat in front of me and needs to die. Like that. So let's hit that best foot 4 warp and make that one even better. So we're doing even more damage. The plus 10 from the initial stack is actually becoming a big bonus for me here, I think. So again, we didn't hit the crit, which is a shame. But again, we're doing a little bit of extra damage just from that poison. It's not much, but it is something. And that's kind of the important thing I've kind of got here. So let's see if we can ricochet that one off there. Let's see again. A little bit more. 80. 80 from a Terror Ball isn't bad, but again, it's entirely reliant on the additional bonus damage that is appearing from all of these other boosted blocks, which is fine. Perfectly fine. That's how it is. Okay, so we're going to aim for this, and so we're making that quite a tasty one to hit. Ow. Okay, kicking it. Right, so let's aim for that 40. I know it wasn't the crit, but it's still an extra 40. And then we're going to aim for this corner here, because that's some 10s and a 40. Ah, I didn't hit the 40. That's a shame. Let's drop that one in there, so that's working a bit more there. I still would love to... Ah, that's annoying. But it's dead. Victory is mine. And the health increasing is making a difference. That's really, really good. Really, really solid. So that's good. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to take some damage for it. But it is good. So we're going to continue to the next level. What do we got? So 3 balance at the start of the battle, but you don't get the discard. Now this could be very dangerous. Potentially. The damage increase is good. But the risk is it means that I have to use the Doctorb as soon as I have the option of the Doctorb. That's not great. I think... But it does increase better with reload circuit. Let's give it a go. It is going to mean that if the inopportune Doctor... Okay, so the risk I've got with the Doctorb now is that if it turns up in an inopportune moment, then it'll mean that I can't really benefit from the heals. That is a problem, potentially. So I've got to be very, very careful with the way that it sort of wants to appear. So let's see if we can trigger some bombs, and I really should have targeted that mage, because the best foot forward can be in the teeth. Don't. Yeah, foot of Gork, take that. Ow. Right, so let's actually aim directly for you, and I know it's not going to benefit... That was a terrible shot. I know it's not going to benefit this attack, but it is going to at least exist within the whole mechanics of what I'm trying to do. Okay, so thankfully, though, we've got the Doctorb coming a little bit later, so that's allowing me to potentially heal, which would be nice, considering it's all going a little bit wrong. Probably maybe the worst, probably not the right word for it, but it's not going great, is it, with the current layout of what's happening. Okay, so at least I've killed that one off. I'd really like to hit that refresh again, though. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? So let's see if I... No, I would have also really liked to have hit the bomb, but again, no luck there. So, Doctorb, heal me good. I mean, it's certainly healing quite spectacularly now, so it's definitely doing its job, and it's really effective at it. But unfortunately, I can still take a big bunch of damage from the enemies. So this could end poorly for me there. Okay, well, the bomb's going off. That's going to kill this guy off with a shot. And then we're going to stack up a bunch of illusion, hopefully. Anyway, well, I say a bunch, so we got ourselves 15 illusion. Wow. Okay, Halloween, nasty, spooky, ghosty side of death. Could you have actually done anything there? That would have been really nice. Apparently not, though. Okay, so we've now increased our damage further. So this is the great thing is, though, the sealed conviction increases the damage each reload. So I kind of want to reduce my actual repertoire of pebbles, almost. So it could potentially work out if I can be sneaky with it. We'll see. That's quite good, because that's a heal. I mean, healing 4 when fired. Let's give it a go. And we won't heal, because I'm going to hope that the Doctorb can... That was very poor on my shot choice there. So let's see if I can actually utilize, a little bit more going forwards. Because the Doctorb should hopefully keep me alive here. So what have we got? So what could I do? Let's upgrade the Rest Orb. Because again, some more healing, but this one also does damage. Now I do want to try and remove some of the pebbles that are there. Increase max health. Wall bounces contribute to damage. That's good. Use that one. And we're going to go to the right because we actually want to fight more things, because that might work out in my favour. Potentially. Okay, so let's hit some things and do some damage. Well, we're doing a lot of damage, actually, to be fair. Bang. It's about half health, so not bad. So let's see if I can do some more with our spooky, scythy, jack-orb-lantern. I can do words good, yes. There we go. Boink, slash. Right, see about the knife. Getting the knife orb of dagorbing. That's going to not kill it, but it is going to do a lot of damage. That's at least good. Ow! Rude. Let's throw the best foot 4 warp in and hope that this one can do me some damage. Boot. Ow. Okay, so the Terror-ball is going to have to be utilised next, I think. We've got a crit with it. Very good. I say that. Unfortunately, the Doctorb is right at the bottom down there, so I hope I can survive long enough to get the benefit of it. Apparently not right now. Ow. Come on. Give me some evasion. That's what I need right now. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's way better. Bomb's going off, killing the thing. It's not really what I wanted to happen, but I will take the heal. And you know what? I'm going to upgrade the Dagorb so it does even more damage, because that's really useful, I think. Okay, so in here, I want to try and save up some money to go into the shop. So upgrade an orb or remove an orb. Can I remove something good? Right, so I'm going to get rid of the Terror-ball, because it's terrible. So I could have upgraded my knife, but I've actually upgraded most of the ones that I really want to. Now, I'm going to go into the shop soon enough, so that's good. Now, I gained 2 max health when I threw that shot. That's very good. Bang. Boom. Smack. You know, words. Aggressive words, in fact. Okay, so we're gaining a nice 40 boost on that particular pebble there, so that's good. Let's utilize it anyway. And let's see what we can do. So let's do a minimum of 40 damage. Okay, 90 something. So it's still not enough to break the shield, though, is it? This is a tricksy conundrum, isn't it? At least the wall bounces also contribute to damage. It just would be nice if I could hit a little bit harder here. So let's try again. Come on. Still got more hits to do. There we go. So poison damage is doing some work. I'm going to try and ricochet off and hit that. No, I did fail miserably. Right, time for some healing. Doctorb by the power of heals. There we go. And a refresh board. Bang! Okay, so we're back up to full health. Unfortunately, we can't discard the second use, so we are going to have to, unfortunately, use it. But we are going to try and stack this one here to a nice 60 plus bonus damage. So that could work out very, very nicely if we can get it to work. Okay, so we're going to stack a refresh. That's against a little bit more evasion. It's not a silly amount. 25 is better than nothing, though. And there we go. That's definitely sufficient to kill it. And this should mean, though, with the combinations of bonus damage that we can stack, we'll have quite a nice potent oomph that we can really throw out on the enemy. Now, I'm going to target this bad guy back here and see what we can do as the pump corb. I mean, I know that's really not quite the right word for it. It's a pumpkin orb, but pump corb? Maybe. If we can launch that off the bat there, and that allows us to poison that one dead and move forwards. So the pebble is going to keep hitting things. So unfortunately, a lot of the healing items are a one-use only, which is a real shame. So it's kind of an unfortunate given that that is going to be the case with a lot of the attempts to heal myself. Sadly so. Let's detonate that. So that's going to destroy the shield with the shot. It's a shame I couldn't destroy it earlier, but that's fine. I'll live. That was a terrible shot. Let's try again. So I really want to hit the refresh orb so I can actually... There we go. The bomb's going off. That's really good. There we go. Stacking up a large quantity of health and some damage. Bang! And this guy's getting shot in the face. Right, so we're getting some... Again, we're getting more HP, which is good. We're getting some more damage up. And you're dead. Lovely stuff. Now, this one could be quite useful, the Poltergeist, because it could do a fair old bit of damage. But for now, I'm going to continue, because we have the shop next. And potentially, there could be a relic that I could just afford, but it could also allow me to remove some of the more... Ooh. I mean, that's really helpful. 20 times reloads damage to all enemies. That could be very good. But for 40, I could just remove one of the orbs. I'm going to take the bad cheese, because I think that's probably going to salt me quite nicely out. So I'm going to go left, left, left. So let's see if we can actually manage that. Please, little Peglin. There we go. We're going left. That's good. So we're going to ignore this shop, unfortunately, because of that lovely reload, like that sword that does damage equal to the reloaded pegs. That would have been fantastic to have. Sadly, we don't have the money for it, because the bad cheese actually could probably be particularly helpful. Aim is longer. Oh, increase my money. Let's do the sprouting spin investment, because I'm not I mean, it's very useful, undeniably, but I'm not see what we've got in this nice question mark here. It is mini boss. Great, just what I didn't need to be dealing with. And this guy's really frustrating because he stacks armor like an absolute champ. Like silly amounts of armor, and that's where it gets very difficult and frustrating. We don't really want it to stack loads of armor because that's going to make things difficult for me. So let's keep stacking the bonus damage out on the pegs and hope that we can do more to it. Pow, suffer. Where's that? Okay, so there's the bonus damage over there. So I ricocheted off of the top of the map because I was trying to aim for a little bit more extra damage because the walls and roof also count towards my damage. So let's increase that one up to a tasty 50 damage boost. So that's good. Detonate. Kick. Again, we're doing a little bit of damage. That's really what we can say here is we're doing a little bit of extra damage. Okay, so 104. Let's see if I can hit that refresh. That'd be lovely. Nope, that's really not gone off where I needed it to. I mean, it's going okay. It's okay. So he's got 24 armor, which is fine. But let's see if we can do a bit more damage here. Look at that. You're going to chunk a huge amount off of you. Chop. Okay, so stacked a bunch more armor, though. So let's hit the refresh. And again, we're going to try and get some evasion on the go. So it's not perfect. It's only 20, but it's something. Which allows me now to use the Doctor to heal. Unfortunately, he's going to stack some extra damage on me because he's going to be able to get some armor. So we're going to see if we can hit that bomb. That would be really nice. He's got 72 armor right now. That's not a small amount of armor. Right, let's see if we can do 150 something damage with a horrible. That's not going to happen. But 76, that's not awful. We did some extra damage. That wasn't good. Okay, I need to hit that refresh. Okay, so we've refreshed the board, but it's going to stack up a lot of armor. Okay, it's got 200 and silly amount of armor. Okay, this is not good. So let's bang. Stab. Okay, we actually need to hit it 3 more times to guarantee kill it because the poison will finish it off. So, one more attack in theory and it's dead. Doesn't matter about your armor, you're going down. It worked. It's just not the most elegant of solutions is probably the best way of putting it. Now, the boss is the Wall of Death. So actually, I just want to do all the stacking damage I can physically do. Right, all orbs have persist. Ah, this is the thing I was really hoping I'd get. Spinification now increases instead of decreasing. Now, if I can start stacking some spinification damage, then I'm going to really start loving it. Ooh, that is good. So let's see. This could work out nicely. So let's see what we're going to fight. I hate it with a fiery, fiery passion. It's so agonizingly difficult to deal with because it hits so hard in that if you are touched by it, you're dead. Because it just inhales you whole. You are gone, gone, gone with a side order of gone. And that's really annoying because I didn't want to have the dagger this early. Because the dag orb's really powerful. I wanted to be able to do that 7, nearly 800 damage to the wall, not to the guards stood in front. Which is very frustrating. But it's happened. There's not much I can do about it. So hopefully I do hit it with the... There we go. The horrible has hit. It's nothing really to write home about, but it does give one slight advantage. It has added a stack of spinification. And every turn, that spinification is just going to increase and increase because it'll go up 2 every turn. 1 for the time that I hit it, and 1 for the fact that it goes up each turn rather than goes down. Now that's a little bit better, but I need to be doing about 500 damage with each shot to guarantee victory here. And unfortunately, low damage like this is just not enough. 300 is just too low. Because if I cannot kill it, and I cannot kill it quickly, it is very much game over. And that is a concerning fact. Now, there are 2 orbs in my deck that have the capability of doing a lot of damage. They are about to turn up, the Jack Orb Lantern and the Dag Orb. Both of them do a very high amount of damage, and both of them have a good crit. Well, I say the Jack Orb Lantern isn't quite as dangerous initially as the Dag Orb, but the thing it does have is that it'll keep coming back and just giving more and more and more. And each refresh that gives more damage, more capability, and more power. And if I can get that refresh again, lovely. Again, we're getting more damage. We're nearly at 900, nearly 1,000 damage with this single shot. And I think it's going to come back. There it goes, one more time. So it's not going to come back after this shot. But look at that. That's 1,200 damage. That is a solid hit. We're still not at half health though, but that was a good hit. Again, I need to try and work my way down, hit the refresh, hit some more ups, and just do even more damage. So this basic pebble, 275, it's not good enough, but it is damage, and that's the important thing, is it is still damage. Now, the best foot 4 warb is an interesting one, because it can target any enemy, which not really a problem at the moment, but it does have the advantage in that it now will help improve the other orbs. I mean, this one's a 55 plus damage here. That's pretty damn good. Now that's not a good shot. That's not helpful. Unfortunately, now we've got the Docked Orb. Now, the Docked Orb is good. Normally, it is one of my favorite orbs and one of the best things in the game, and I'm really glad to have it. However, right now it is terrible because it doesn't do any damage, and the other problem is I can't discard it, which means that it wastes 2, and now I've wasted 3 more turns as the board refreshes and it comes closer. It's got 2,914 health currently, so I need to hit this crit, and I need to hit it hard. I need to do so very much damage, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Okay, that's just shy of 1,000. It takes 250 with each poison. Can I manage this with the Jack Orb Lantern if it doesn't fly off the board in a really bad way? I have a bad feeling about this, however. I need to do 1,014 damage. Can I manage it? Please, please, please. So that's 783. It's going to crawl ever closer. It's almost here. It is dead. The poison finished it. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. That boss is a nightmare. I hate it with a fiery passion, and it scares the bejeebers out of me because it is so difficult to kill, and it's very dangerous. So, let's upgrade some orbs. Now, I could upgrade some of these pebbles. That might not be a terrible plan, to be fair. The Ether Wheel, that's another good one, because that refreshes, when this orb leaves the pegboard, refresh the board. That's a pretty saucy one. I'm going to upgrade it as well, so it's now level 3. And we're going to move on to the next area. Now, let's see what have we got. +2, +4 when we've got negative status effects. Gravity is reversed. Now, I mean, I've used that. It's all right, but maybe not. I think I'm going to take Peglin's Satchel for 2 rare orbs, some money, and some upgrades. So let's see what happens now. Because most of my orbs are already upgraded. It's just the pebbles. Now, I've managed to make it to the mines again, and after yesterday's where I failed in here, I am not going to lie, I am nervous. I am very much worried. Because, of course, I'd very much like to achieve victory here. I want this victory, and I want it bad. I want to succeed at the very difficult, very frustrating Crucible 18, because it has been bothering me for some time now, as you can probably tell. Okay, so my laser's done a bit of damage there, so that's good. And let's see. Now, the Elix Circle is going to give me a little bit of Illusion. Not as much as I'd hoped, only 15. Well, it's still a bit of damage. So let's see what the Jack Orb Lantern will give me here. Let's see. Now, if memory serves, if it goes off into the vortexes, it doesn't come back. It has to fall off the bottom of the map. Of the pitch board, whatever you want to call it, to actually give you that benefit. So there we go. So that's pretty good. And we've refreshed it again. So the first guy is going to die. There's no ifs, and or buts about it. So that's bang, slice, dead. Okay, so we've got one of our basic level 1 rocks. And again, it's not the most powerful, but we do have some upgrades because our obelisk level 3 improves other pebbles just by being in the deck. So this is quite a powerful piece of kit. Thankfully, they are taking increasing damage every turn. And I think that now, that 100 damage from poison next turn, and even look at this Dagorb level 3, it's so powerful. Again, I was genuinely stunned that I managed to achieve that. I was way too close to the end there, I think is the nicest way of putting it. So let's upgrade that, and I might as well upgrade that one, and I'll take a heal. Okay, so let's see which way do we want to go. So nothing's really glaring out at me is kind of good. So I'm going to try and hug the left, because that way I'm less likely to encounter bosses. And the mini-boss, I say that because question marks can give me a mini-boss, and that could not... now these guys were the horrible mess that messed me up the last time we played this. Those blasted mushrooms. I spouted about how much I hate mushrooms, but no... They decided to come back and haunt me. I hate mushrooms. I very much hate mushrooms. And I'm going to continue hating mushrooms until the end of my days. And these mushrooms are going to die. I don't want them here. They need to leave. Okay, so they're coming back. They've got some boosts to the... I mean, the healing that's on this one is quite annoying. Unfortunately, it does look like it's going to happen. However, my healing orb has pulled me back up to full health. And again, I can't discard it, so I'm just going to use it to try and hit refresh. But I failed miserably. Now, where is the refresh now? It's down there. Let's see. Can I hit a refresh? Possibly. Nope, just missed it. That's a shame. But the poison is ticking through and doing its work. That's the important thing here, is the poison does the damage. Okay, 59. Okay, so we're still not quite doing enough damage. Okay, it hurt me, but again, I'm doing what I can. So the obelisk is going to come smashing down, doing 200 damage. The poison is really doing my work for me, to be fair, right now, because it is ticking over for about 200 damage now. So that's even higher. I really want to find something that does poison damage. If I can find some orbs that do that, then I'll be in a much better position, because then I can do even more damage to whatever I feel like. I'd really like to get the cauldron, because that orb does poison to everything. And okay, yes, it's not a silly high amount of poison damage, but it's sufficient, and that's the important thing. Talking of poison, got the spinification sting, and I am going to upgrade it straight away. Now, I've got 75 out of 126 health. So, hopefully, the Doctor Orb turns up quite early in the next run. Not run, fight even. Okay, so it's quite low down, actually, by the looks of things. So, I've got to kind of hope that I do enough damage. Now, the icicle is pretty good, because it's going to allow me to pierce the first one, but I want to find that crit hit. Ah, damn, that was not as good as I hoped. Okay, so let's see if I can trigger some bombs, at least with this one. No, apparently I can do naff all. That really wasn't good. Okay, let's see. We trigger a bomb. We hit the crit. So our rest orb is healing us. And that's good. Now, the spinification sting. Now, this one now will do 5 basic. But let's see if we can get that refresh and that crit to do 7. Oh, it doesn't look like we've got the refresh, which is a shame. I really want the refresh. Okay, let's see if I can hit it now. There we go. So we've now refreshed the board, so that's in a slightly better place. And, yep, unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier, if you launch that, the Halloween, the Jack Orb Lantern into one of the black holes, you don't get the heal. It just... not the heal, it doesn't come back. It's just gone. But thankfully, though, the Doctor Orb is going to keep me nice and alive there with a nice extra 69 health. Nice. And we're just going to stack out a little bit more here and see if I can hit that refresh. There we go. So we've hit the refresh again, triggered a bomb, and that's going to do some more detonations. Okay, so we're back up to not quite full health, but again, we're in a much better position. Now, the laser, unfortunately, didn't do enough damage, but it did improve by giving everybody poison damage. And that is an important state for me here, because poison isn't my... I mean, actually, it is a big thing, because it saved me from the big, horrible wall of death, and it killed it. Because if I hadn't got the... that was really stupid. I was trying to aim for the refresh, but I forgot it moves. Yeah, if I hadn't been able to do what I needed to do with the poison damage to that wall, it would have been game over, man. Game over. That was not a good shot. Can we try again, please? I really want to hit that refresh there. I really need some more health. I mean, the thing is, though, I've got a lot of HP for a Crucible 18 run, I would suggest. And I'm feeling glad of it. I mean, look at that. It's plus 74 damage every time that one gets hit. That's lovely. Okay, we've got another refresh, so that one gets kicked dead. And you are going to take a lot of damage from this Obelisk, I think. I don't think it's going to be enough to kill you off, though. 404. 59 health remaining. So it's going to die now. So that worked. Okay, so let's... I'm very tempted to get another Spinificacious Sting, because that would be quite tasty. Let's grab that. And then head on down to the left. Because having two abilities to throw out poison damage should... touch wood. Oh, place an orb on the altar and duplicate it. Now this could be interesting. I am very tempted to either duplicate the Jack Orb Lantern or the Doctorb, because being able to heal repeatedly would be very, very good. But the Jack Orb Lantern's, again, very dangerous. What do I duplicate? I mean, I could go full in on the poison damage. That could work. No, I'm going to do double Doctorb. It might not work out supremely well, but it will give me two opportunities to stack heals in, and I know that the final boss does get incrementally more and more powerful. Now this is something I'm going to have to be careful of, because these mirrors, they've got 1331 HP, so I need to do about 700 damage to break them in a single shot, and this could be a problem. Ow. They hit so hard. This is most uncomfortable, and I'm not doing enough damage to it. That's the problem I've got here. So is this okay? That'll be enough to break it, and that's at least good. Unfortunately, the Doctorb is way down there, and that's not helpful. Ow. Right, so let's see what the Dagorb can give me here. Let's see if I can get my crit. No, I didn't even get the crit. Okay, so it shot me again. Let's see. I'm definitely going to have to heal after this little fiasco, I think. Shame, as I'd much rather... not have to. How did that do even more damage to me? I thought I was only doing 5 with that shot. That's very concerning. Well, let's hit the refresh. Doctorb, I'd really like you early on in the next fight, because yeah, that's ow, very needed. Heal. Move on. Let's get the hell out of here. Okay, now down we go and into the orb. Oh, okay. Okay, so it just randomly chooses a direction for you. Previously, it just ate the orb. Ah, I did ask for the Doctorb nice and early, so that has had my prayers answered. However, we've got bomb goblins, and they are not pleasant to deal with, because they will do their very best to ruin your day and explode, which is very, very obnoxious of them. So, let's see what we can do. I mean, we've got, look at that silly amount of healing. I don't think it's even possible to have that much health in this. I mean, it would be nice if it was, but don't think it is. So we need to trigger some more bombs. Well, not need to. I would like to, because the Doctorb can't really do much else other than hit the refresh and hit the explosives. Bang. So we're getting there for the damage. We just need to kill off this guy, and then we've got a couple more to come. So let's see if we can get them with the lovely Dagorb. I mean, it's pretty hard hitting. Can be, at least. Not if it does that, though. So bangs, 40. We need 140 damage. So we've done 6. It's got 69 left. Okay, so let's gonna throw it a heal with this one. And that was a good refresh. Always good about a refresh there. So that's going to detonate that one. So, ow. Get shot again. And again. We've got some more goblins that need to be killed off. Now that one's got 140 HP left. Once it dies, it should explode, killing the worm. Oh, not quite killing the worm. Okay, so we've still got Fair bit of damage left on the board from these goblins. That didn't go well. Okay, well, we killed one of the worms, and that's at least constant damage out of the way. Now, this one's going to be a nice piercing shot, so really, that could have been a lot better. I was really, really hoping I'd hit the crit, because then I could do actually enough damage to wipe the floor with all of them. However, that didn't happen. So let's hit the bomb. So that bomb does, I think, what, 150? Okay, it's got 99 health left. That's enough. Good. Okay, so this one's got 180 health remaining. So I need to do 180 HP to it to finish it off. And then I'll need to try and figure out how to deal with the guy with 520 behind him. But he's now going to explode, killing himself and annoying myself and potentially killing his friend. So that's not enough. It's got 1 poison, 2 poison. So let's see if I can manage a decent amount of damage here. Okay, so that's going to kill it. This would have been great early on. Like, the Juke would have been fantastic much earlier. Okay, so I'm going to heal myself. And I'm going to grab the ball lightning, because that might be a useful one. Again, we're going to head down to the left. Okay, so we've got a treasure chest, so we're going to head left again. Copy the penguins. I don't want to lose half my orbs. Now, the mirror orbit, I think it turns into a duplicate of the next shot that you have. I think. Let's have a quick check. What does it do? Mirror orb. There it is. Transforms into random orb. Okay, that's fine. I've got lots of good ones. Ah. Ooh, yeah. We're going to go for the refreshing punch. That's going to be potent. Down we go. Let's see what we fight. We've got, in the question mark, is it a fight? No. Upgrading an orb. Well, we're going to have the spinification even better. So we've got quite a lot of highly upgraded orbs now. So I'm feeling some confidence. Not like a silly amount of confidence, but I've got a half decent amount of HP. So here comes the sun. We've got lots of spiders. We've got these weird flying eyeball things, whatever they're actually called. I don't even know. So let's see. What can I do here? Let's trigger that crit, possibly. No, we didn't manage that. And we didn't even hit very many of the bombs either. That's a bit disappointing. Well, we've smacked that one in the eye. Okay, so here comes the eyeball thingy. So let's hit the... That was a terrible shot. Ow, ow, ow. Not an insignificant one. Could you not? Please. I'm trying desperately here to not... I was going to say to not die, but I'm just doing spectacularly at that front. Oh my goodness gracious. Right, well there we go. We've got a heal. That's good at least. I mean, I know it's only 6 health, but it's something right now. And that killed that one. Go away. Right, so I kind of want to... Oops. Okay, well... So it's going to do 8 damage to me. I'm wondering if I can hopefully survive long enough to... I mean, hopefully I should survive. Okay, so it's going to poison itself to death. So, looks like the laser orb is going to trigger. And it didn't really do what I needed it to. Doctorb, you are my last chance. There we go. That's better. We're now back. Much healthier. That feels much better. So, we do have another Doctorb coming up soon, however. So, let's see if we can kill off some of these spiders quickly enough. So, we're going to hit this one. We're going to hit the... We didn't hit the refresh because it blipped out of existence ever so slightly quickly. So, that's not enough to kill it. So, I'm going to target this one with the ether wheel. And let's see if we can do enough here. So, we're going to refresh the pegboard a little bit more. And then bang. Smack. Beautiful. Devastation, left, right, and center. I'm not going to purchase anything. I'm just going to continue. I should have upgraded one of my pegs. My little basic or my rock ball. I guess I'm going to have to after this one or the next fight. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Goblin bombers, left, right, and center. This is scary. Like, understandably and undeniably, this is scary. Oh dear. So they do 150, so I really need to trigger 4 bombs to deal with the horde of them. So I need to trigger 2 bombs now. Let's see. Can I get a second one to get activated? Nope. We are in trouble now. This is going to hurt. Oh, that hurts. Ow. Okay. Doctorb. Save me. Save me, Doctorb. Okay, well, we hit the bomb, so that's a good start, at least. And we've hit 3 bombs, so that should... Yep. Do a lot of damage. That's a nice heal. Let's try that again, except we flubbed it royally. Ah. Okay, so we've got a couple of turns before they get this close. That's fine. Okay, we've hit the refresh, so that activated that bomb. Moving on. Kill some more damage. Right, I really want to hit... Actually, it doesn't matter if I hit the crit or not, actually, on this one. Because this will just penetrate through and do damage to them both. Pow. And this one's not yet dead, but it will die instantly next turn, so that's fine. That was a terrible shot from the horrible. Do better. Right, lightning strike ball. Let's do some lightning. Now, it's doing up to 6 damage for each hit, which is actually pretty good. I mean, considering it's quite a basic orb, that's pretty saucy. I like it. Okay, so I'm going to upgrade some of these, the basic ones, because it makes sense to, because I need the extra damage at this point. I've only got one more fight to go, so we'll see what the end result is here. Set of upgrades that we can pull here. And lo and behold, it is the conflict that killed me off last time. This exact layout killed me. And I need it to not this time. So let's see. Can we manage? I don't think I'm going to kill that mushroom with this damage, but it is going to hurt it sufficiently, I feel. Because those mushrooms seemed to be the main source of the damage and the irritation that I was unfortunately encountering. So let's... ooh, 168. But it did go through everything. Everything is now poisoned, and the poison will tick through and hopefully finish them off. Now... It is a little way off because we've actually got a couple of the Doctorbs coming soon-ish. So hopefully we should be able to heal fully before the end of this encounter. Now, it was not a good shot. Unfortunately, that just muddled poorly through. Okay, so let's see what happens when we try and utilize our Halloweeny Jack Orb Lantern. I cannot say that one. It's just beyond my capability, unfortunately. And believe me, I feel very stupid for not being able to say it. But the bombs have gone off, scything through that one. I probably could have left it and tried to target one of them. Okay, so let's actually target that one now. I mean, I know it's not going to work for this particular orb, because that one doesn't actually target whatever. It just flies forward as a standard orb. But the poison is ticking up. Okay, it's time for them heals. So let's see what happens. So we're going to heal ourselves back up to full health, because we are getting a lot of HP out of them, so that's good. And that's going to mean more poison damage, so that means these two will die after the next use of it, so that's good. Let's see if we can trigger a bomb. There we go, we've got 1 bomb. It's not much, but it's 1, and that's a bit of extra damage. Okay, and we unfortunately, I say unfortunately, we have the other Doctorb once again. So we've got some more bombs going off, so that's another 80 damage. We're going to do another 80 damage from poison, so that's 160 damage. I'm feeling pretty confident with this next batch. So, if I can trigger a couple of bombs, then we're in a good place. But right now, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. I'm going to take some damage, kind of a given, but it could be worse. There we go, they're dead. Now, we have the boss next. Do I fully upgrade an orb? So I upgrade one of the orbs, or do I heal? I am going to heal. So I now have 167 health. I'm maximum health as we now enter. Okay, so now we're moving on to the final boss of the mines, and therefore Crucible 18. And this big old budget Timu Rubik's Cube is going to cause me some problems, I'm sure, because it is divided into 4 individual sections that each do a slightly different thing. This might sound a bit bizarre, but the blue one, the sort of more tealy one, that one is a healing doodad, and it will keep this thing alive. The purple one is an augmentative buffing cube. Now, the other 2, however, are just attackers. That's literally all they do. So I need to try to keep my health up whilst I do as much damage as physically possible to them. And in previous runs of having played this before doing Crucible 18, I've always targeted the purple one first, for the main reason that it provides that damn Mu circle. And as that keeps stacking, of course, it gets more powerful, it gets better, and not only does it do more damage, it heals more, and that is not good, as I'm sure you can imagine. However, I need to try and figure out how quickly I can kill this thing off, and can I manage to do as much damage as possible. Now, normally, I mean, previously I'd thought that the purple one and the blue one do not attack at all. I don't know what the parameters are that dictate whether it does try to augment itself or attack, and in the same vein, I don't know what the parameters are for when it tries to heal or attack. So it's a bit of a conundrum on this one, and I am going to freely admit I am sweating bullets in this fight. Not just because this is a tense bit, because it's the closest I've ever got to Crucible 18 in any way, shape or form, but also because it is absurdly hot here in the UK at the moment. It's just August weather is an absolute freaking nightmare. If you've ever visited the UK during the summer, you'll understand exactly what I'm ranting about. It is not a pleasant experience. We do not have nice, cool summers. We have furnace summers that, even though they may not hit the absurd heights of some American summers, I mean, I visited Phoenix, I know that's horrific. Unfortunately, though, we have a horrible, sticky, cloying heat, which is vile. So yeah, it's I would love for a dry heat here. Now I'm going to try and aim for this refresh again, because obviously with all the bonuses and boosts that I've got, I'm trying to improve every pip, and you can see, I mean, it's quite an effective change that we've got there. So that's a good 700 damage. Good. We need to be hitting about 500 damage with each shot. Now, I am hoping that I can stay alive long enough to use that healing orb. Now, it's currently got a +10 modifier on all of its attacks, so I'm really hoping this works, because this is tense. Because what I really want to use is that Jupiter Orb. The Jupiter Orb would be really good, because in this particular fight, because of the way that every 6 hits, it fires a laser, and when I hit refresh, that hits a multitude of extra pegs, because it fires off in that area effect. Oh no! It's all gone wrong! Ah, so close! I was so close, but so far. Oh, that hurts. Well, I guess that ends Crucible Run 18 for me today. If you have enjoyed, please do like, share, and subscribe. Let me know any commiserations before I go and just scream into the void a little bit. And hopefully I'll catch you again the next time I attempt Crucible 18.